Hi there. So, yesterday I made a video, and today I realized something kind of embarrassing about it. Let me tell you about it. So, the video I made yesterday was about me talking about the struggles, the challenges of being self employed as a mindfulness MBSR teacher. And then, as I was editing the video, some kind of funny feeling started coming up inside of me. I couldn't explain it. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I felt it. Okay. And I finished editing, I exported the video, and then I watched it a couple of times. And as I was watching, of course, you watch it one, two, three times. As I was watching, suddenly this feeling that I had while editing came up to the surface. And I suddenly realized, oh my God, Michèle, you're just talking about yourself. It's all about you. And isn't that something that you criticize other people about or that you kind of, that makes you cringe? Yes. And I recognized it. I was like, oh no. So maybe it's like Jung's shadow work. Like sometimes you meet somebody and you immediately don't like that person. And the reason you don't like that person might be because you recognize yourself in that person. So there's something about people that you maybe share something, you want to talk about a topic, you've made something and you want to show it to your friend, your family, whatever. And then they maybe make one comment, but then they turn it around and they make it about themselves. And it's okay because that's a conversation. But when it turns into not a conversation, but about a listen to me, ooh, I don't like that. I get pretty critical about that because it's not just about you. Yeah, like be generous, be willing to listen and not always turn it and make it about you. So I've been critical about that. And then yesterday when I watched the video, I thought, oh, that's a little bit what I'm doing. I'm just talking about why it's hard for me to be self-employed and da da da. And I did this and I did that. And all interesting, all honest. But there was one thing missing why I am doing, why I'm sticking with it, why I decided to do this. That's what was missing. It wasn't about me. It's about you. It's about the people that I'm helping. I didn't mention why any of this matters. I just made it about me. So let me just talk for a minute about why I do this because I think it is important. And why didn't I think of that yesterday? I remember when I was Good question. How old was I? Maybe I was in my 30s. I'm not sure. But I was visiting from the States. I was having dinner with one of my brothers and his wife, my sister in law. And we were talking about interesting things. I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. My brother asked me, well, what gives you meaning? What can you see yourself doing? And immediately something came up for me. I even wrote it down. I don't unfortunately have that piece of paper on which I wrote it down because he had the idea. Let's write it down so that we can look at it years later and see if you're actually, doing that or maybe remind you of that. What I had written down was that I wanted to help in some capacity young people in their early 20s, mid 20s because I find that age to be really fascinating. You're no longer at home, a teenager going to school. Maybe you're still going to college, but you're kind of starting to end your college time. And so there's this huge transition from leaving home to being somewhat independent and then being completely independent because you have to look for an apartment, all these questions that come up, all these struggles that come up, or maybe even during college, all the challenges, the anxieties, the fears that come up for you. I found myself saying very clearly, those are the people I want to help because I've been through it myself. So I want to help them in some capacity. And here I am 40 years later, and this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm even doing it for college age students at the university here. I love that age group. But now it's not just that age group, it's also people that are older. I see so much suffering and ordinary people who are living their lives and having a hard time, suffering in terms of fears, anxieties, stress. And I studied this MBSR program because I felt it was a good tool to hand them. And so now that I've been doing it, I realize, yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. And I don't want to do it, once a year. I want to do it as much as I can do it. And so this self employment, this marketing, this selling myself, this is taking away from what I really want to do, which is to help you, to help the people who are struggling just as I used to struggle. I still struggle in some ways. And that's what I missed saying yesterday. It's okay. So maybe catching myself on day 16, realizing that I made this mistake. Maybe that's why I'm doing this challenge, because the more you record yourself and look back, I think the more you can see, oh, okay, here I can tweak a little bit. Here I need to be careful. Here I can improve a little bit. There's the technicalities of the editing, of course, the speed, whatever. But the content, the story, the beef needs to be there. You need to think, or I need to think, what is it I want to say? What is it that's most important? And yesterday I just pretty much spoke spontaneously, but I missed the beef. I forgot. I didn't think about it. So this is why I'm talking about it today. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Michèle, and I would like to listen to you as well. So the opportunity you have is either to record a message or to write a comment in the comment section, because I really would love to hear, what are your struggles? What is it that you forget to pay attention to? So thank you, and have a wonderful Sunday. It's another hot day, but we'll get through it. Take care. Bye.